Hey everyone, a nerd named Mark here, and it's time for another review. This time, I'm back with the next set from JoyToy World and their Blokees wave. This is going to be Kamen Rider Shining version episode 1. I already did the Galaxy version episode 1. This box is significantly smaller. I will show comparisons when I switch my camera over, as well as compare these figures to the other ones, because we got another re-release technically, because Magnum Boost for Geats is included in this, as well as Saber, Ichigo, Revi and Vice. We got Kuga Pegasus form, we got Zero One, and we have a Shocker, as well as the Shining, no pun intended, center character of all this is going to be Saber, with the Chase rare variant being Cross Saber. Sadly, uh, if you do get Cross Saber, it will take the spot of a regular Saber. I was kind of hoping it would take the place of Magnum Boost Geats, because I have that already from the previous one. With this set, if you watched, well, actually, if you watched the Galaxy version one, I did not get the Chase. Did I get it in this one? You will find out when I start reviewing them and going over them, because, you know, yeah, Cross Saber is one of my favorite forms in Reiwa. I think it's a gorgeous form. I love it so much. It's still up there with Dragonic Knight. And so, yeah, I'm going to take, and we're going to switch over the camera. The boxes they changed as well, which I will show up close. I like this because they did kind of like a comic style on the back. And yeah, let's not waste any time. Switch the camera over, show these up close, compare them to the previous line, compare them to other candy toys like I did in the Galaxy release. And yeah, because you know what? Like, it's good to always compare them to other toy releases from a size and quality standpoint, just because I feel like that's the best way to kind of make your decision on what you want to display and the quality, and if it's worth the price. Mind you, on JoyToy World, on their website, this whole box, which guarantees you 9 figures, and you're guaranteed one of every single one, like I said, except for the Chase being swapped out, $33 for the set. The other one I believe was 55. Yeah, it was 55. So not a bad deal, honestly. $33. Like, this is a good set. So yeah, let's switch over. Let's take a look at them, and I'll give you my thoughts. We'll do some comparisons. All right. So before we get anything else, let's take a look at the box. It's so shiny. It's such a good box. Like, we have our characters right here that I just told you before. So we have Revi and Vice, Kuga Pegasus form, regular Kuga, Ichigo. We have Zero One. We have Boost, Magnum Boost Geats. We have a Shocker Trooper, and then we have Saber. So obviously, the repeat from the Galaxy episode is going to be the Magnum Boost. So I will be showing a comparison between this version and the other one, so you can kind of see what the difference is between the waves. Box is really nice. Like, it's very metallic. I'm glad my camera can pick this up. And obviously, if we don't get Saber, we would get the Chase, which is Cross Saber. The box, not much else on the box. I do like that it shows, right front and center all the characters you can get, and they have weapons. And this time, even the Shocker has his weapon. That was kind of made no sense how we didn't get the Valva Crusher or whatever for Valorate in the first wave. He didn't get a weapon, but everyone has their weapons in this one at least. Remove the box. So I'm going to show you the individual boxes first. They are blind boxes, so if you went to a store and picked these up, you don't know what you get. But if you buy the full box, you get not all 9 and the chance at the Chase. And I like the box. Saber right there, front and center. Then we once again have the list of everyone that's going to be there. I like the back. The back being like kind of like a little comic style setup with, and kind of almost like when he first transformed. I think that's neat. Very awesome. I love the boxes so much. I'm saving the boxes, I'm not gonna lie. So let's go first up by stack of cards. We will take a look at the 0-1 figure. Here's his. I love that they come with these cards, and I'm glad my camera picks them up, honestly. So yeah, 0-1. Like I said, these seem more proportionate and better than the Galaxy Edition ones. The Shining ones, these are the Shining ones. The Galaxy ones the legs were longer, so this is, but this is really neat. I like the detail. No stickers needed. Everything's painted on there, like even the details in the driver. Like, so good. And then next up, we have, in order of cards, we have Kuga's Pegasus form. Like the color matching, like look at the detail on the driver. Look at that. That's painted on there. That's not stickers. Like these were really easy to build. Let me show you the paper really quick. Movie ticket. I went to the movies. So once again, just like the other ones, it shows you how to do the helmets and any accessories for the other riders in the set, and then it shows you the main, which would be Saber, how to put everything together. The only difference between this and the other version is the legs literally are like missing one extra piece, like a little piece that would go in between that would make the legs longer, and then also the arm pieces are shorter. And they actually, the way they're putting the waist together is a lot more simplistic. Like these took no time at all. I built all 9 of these in probably 45 minutes. But yeah, and then I like how they show like the little banner up here of everyone included. I do want to say I like that we have enemies involved in each wave so far. A nice little minion. That's always a good thing. Let's take a look, like the gold on there. It's not that overly shiny gold. It's kind of almost like a dull, unpolished, like bronze or copper type color, but it's still got that gold to it for shading. And then the green matching, so nice. We got a little bow gun up here. I was gonna be kind of like, oh, I wish they added like colors to this, but you know what? I'm okay with that because then it would have been stickers. Who would have known? But this came out really good. And then we can't talk about one Kuga form without talking about the other. Um, the red color matching is really good. They're very posable, by the way. I like that a lot. My one complaint is I feel like if they weren't going to have a weapon and they're going to keep these hands, why not do the thumbs up hand? Um, I feel like I could 3D print one and use, because I feel like it'd be great to have them on display like this with the thumbs up, for obvious reasons. Other than that, very, very clean, very nice. The only thing is, because these bases are basically almost the same size as the other ones, I wish the pegs that the feet lock into were a little bit closer so they don't all have this weird stance like that. But obviously, you don't need to use the stands. For right now, I am. As I get more, I'm probably going to ditch the stands and have them on display without them. And then also the Kuga card. Love that. Next up, for some Reiwa, besides 01, we have Revi. And there's his card. I do wish he had his weapon with him, but I'm okay with it. But look at the molding on this is just so good, and the coloring on the belt. Like these are details like I look for in more of the non SH figure toy lines. I look for details like that. Like, yeah, having no details on the boot feet or anything, that's fine. But like, if as long as the driver looks good and the chest and the helmets, like that's all that matters to me. So this came out really good. And then to go inside with that, we have Vice also. There's Vice's card. I also still appreciate, by the way, that the cards are the figures on there, not uh screen caps or anything from the show. So it's like the card is actually the figure too, which I think is great. This one, though, my only complaint, honestly, is for scaling standpoint are the shoulders. I think these are a little bit too high out, but I get why they did that, because if they're closer, they're going to bump into the scarf and everything else. But once again, the details on these, the helmet, because obviously he does have the driver and whatnot, but like just the fact that everything's painted on it, molded really, really well, high quality. This is a solid figure as well, and I thoroughly enjoy that. Now, one of the stars, we have our OG Kamen Rider. Um, like the color matching of the helmet is so nice, because that's such a good blue. I like this a lot. The belt has some nice detail, good posability. It's funny because most of them have chest pieces you put on, but for him, it's just basically this part of chest, which is perforated a good amount, but I'm not going to complain. I think this is a solid figure right here. And if you're wondering about these, so basically, um, Vice has attachments that go on this, so that's why they keep the mold the same. They don't need to change the mold. You just put it backwards like this, so that way these are not showing in the front. And also we have the pinstripes on the side, which are painted on. That I'm not going to stress this enough. These are finished figures out of the box. No stickers, no extras needed to put on. You just snap them together, and that's it. And take a look at that card. So nice, so nice. Now we can't. We need a villain. What's a major villain that we all know? Shocker. The little face. I like that. Like this. I I like this a lot. I mean, it's very basic, very not a lot going on, but it's just we have a Shocker villain figure. That's really cool, and the detail is nice on that with the face showing through the eyes, and then this little belt part which attaches to it. This was obviously just popped it together and it was done. This was the easiest one to make out of all of them. And then we will show his card. Nice, nice, nice. And then second to last, we have our Magnum Boost Geats. This one looks a lot better thanks to scaling. I will be comparing it after to the first Magnum Boost Geats that came with the Galaxy Edition, Episode 1. But the scaling on this one seems a lot better. And I can twist these back. These are fully movable. I like this a lot. This came out really good. Has a little weapon. The driver, once again, very detailed on there. Such a good figure. And then here's his card. Now, you gotta ask yourself, did I get the Chase variant? Did I get it? Did I obtain the Chase variant? Well, to answer that question, yes, I did. I got our cross saber, and the card is gorgeous. Oh, look at that. That is so sick. And even this, like, look at the detail. Like I said, I gotta stress this enough. No stickers are on this. Look at the detail of what's painted. We got, like, the book could have been a little bit better, but I don't even care. Like, this is such a good figure. Oh my god. Like, look at that. Like, even this, like, everything, the sword itself, like, this pops off. Like, it's just so good. Even the eyes on the dragon. For anyone who remembers the old Saber videos when I was doing the Sotos, I complained so much about having to put stickers all over this. Like, it was and just for comparison, I'm gonna move my camera a little bit closer. There we go. Just for comparison, we have Cross Saber from this Blokees line, Blokees line. Then we have our Converge cross saber. Gorgeous. Looks so good. Not fully painted, but painted enough. And it kind of has like a little clear color to it. Then we have our Soto cross saber, which is one of my favorite Sotos, but as you can see, even like the stickers on this were obnoxious. Anyone who remembers that video, like, I was in pain making this. So, like, for comparison, like, even the blues look better on this. Like, this pops when you look at it from a color standpoint. This one still, I will always say, this is one of my favorites Sotos in my collection. I love it. It's one of my favorite forms in Reiwa. But man, like, comparing all of these different ones, that is, like, it's crazy, the detail for a set where you get 9 figures for $33. Like, this is just so good. And I love the card. Now, that's for comparisons. That now, before I switch over and get my final thoughts, I'm gonna have to compare our Shining release versus the Galaxy. Obviously, there's some clear cut, like, height differences. I feel like the helmets are almost the same size. Actually, the helmet on this one's a little bit wider. But when you look at the legs, I feel like even though both proportions on both these are off, this one still just looks visually appealing, like a chibi style. Whereas there seems like there's a lot of extra, like, something about the length from the knee to the hip just seems off, and then kind of like the neck and then into the helmet. but I do say the weapon being painted is more appealing. But something about, and even the torso, like right here, like something just looks off. I don't know if making it shorter would be right or making it more scaled in because it just looks so blocky, no pun intended. Whereas this looks sleeker and more just stream like this. Just I feel like this one's the more appealing one to me personally. But I don't know. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. But that's just a comparison for these two, so you can see there are clear cut differences. This is a part of the $55 set. This is part of the $33 set. So there is a $22 difference in price. Um, but that's it. I'm gonna switch over, give my final thoughts, and yeah. So as you can see, the Cross Saber Chase variant was obtained. This alone is worth the price of admission. I think it looks so. The thing about these is, like, there's no stickers, okay? Like, if these were released more frequently and more range, and I could guarantee full team, like full like series of forms and this and that, I would honestly, I'd probably pick this over Soto's, just from the standpoint of the no sticker thing, you know. But it looks so good. I love this one so much. That is my favorite. So, but all of them are great. I do like, from, like I said when I was going over them, from a like size different, these seem more proportionate than the Galaxy uh version episode 1, because while they were taller, this and that, they seemed very, like, the legs seemed more lankier and the head was kind of disproportionate. I still love those figures, they're great, like, I think for the price and quality, but just these ones seem more scaled and proportionate. I would be hard pressed to say if they did more for this size, like especially at the $33 price point, sold every time. I want these. Whereas the other ones at 55, yeah, they're bigger, this and that. Like, I don't know. It's just something, like, they've been on display now for a couple weeks since I did the built them and did the video. And the more I look at them, something's off with them, you know? And I think it is the legs that really kind of make them seem a bit too wonky to me. But I will say this line right here though, get it. Do not sleep. Like, if you like any of those characters, you know, you can even sell the ones you don't like. Hey, if you do get one and you don't want that saber, let me know, because I need that saber. Just like I need the Fever Magnum version for Geets from the first line. I don't want to buy multiple boxes to try and hunt these down. I may have to go on eBay and search around to try and get them. But yeah, this lineup is sick. I'm looking forward to another announcement for more of them. I hope we get one soon, because they've released now within a month 2 sets. So I'm wondering how their release schedule is going to be. I'm really hoping that we can get more of these soon. They don't even take long to build. This was like a half hour, because once you build one, you know how to build all of them. And so yeah, but that's it. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Are you going to check these out? Also, what have you been buying lately? I know Gavu merch is now released. I see a lot of people picking that stuff up. But I'm really curious what what merch you've been buying for Toku. Because I can't keep track of everything that gets released for new toy lines. I'm glad I stumbled across a tweet about these back when the Galaxy one was about to come out. So I don't really have my finger on the pulse of every Kamen Rider toy, especially this came out of China. Like, there's so much stuff being released, so I don't really get to keep track. So if there's something you picked up that I maybe haven't done a video about, or, you know, talked about, let me know in the comments below. And that being said, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.